Our first comedian is a regular here. We love him. He is a Jew from New York, not Jamaica. Give it up for Jeff Simon! Give it up for Scotty! How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah! All right, I'm a Jew from New York. Any Jews here? Woo! I work for Cat. Oh, that's all right. I got some Jewish jokes here. Try and bear with me here. The best deal I ever made was marrying a shiksa. Anybody know that? That's a girl that's not Jewish. We had 3 kids. None of them got bar mitzvah. I made $100 grand on that deal. We got married by a priest and a rabbi. The priest didn't want to marry us until I showed him naked pictures of my 8-year-old nephew. God, it's fucking hot here. And thank you. The rabbi didn't want to marry us either until I said, you're getting $100 for 5 minutes work. He gave me a high five, said, I'll do your ceremony. I'm not religious. The only time I believe in God is when I need a favor. Like if I owe somebody money and he's dying, I'll say, please God, no miracles, just let the motherfucker die. Or if I get a pain that doesn't go away, I'll say, God, I know you like to kid around a lot, but I don't have to go for a CAT scan or a biopsy, do I? I mean, this is not serious, is it? I spoke to my friend. He's a Jew. He lives in Tampa, and he said he loves it there. He just moved there from Lauderdale. He says the thing he misses most about the East Coast is he hasn't seen a big nose in 3 months. Yeah, let's see. I grew up in the 50s. I was my favorite Jew on the Yankees was the general manager. We finally got a Jew in the 70s, Ronnie Bloomberg. This guy was such a bad fielder. Some Jew had to name the DH rule so he could stay in the league. That's why people hate Jews, because we make up rules like that all the time. Like the Jew who made up the 3-point shot in basketball so his son can make his high school team. This kid was terrible, but he had like a decent outside shot, you know? Everybody know the 2 biggest lies in the world? You know, checks in the mail and I won't come in your mouth? All right. Except if you're a Jew trying to close a deal. Like, we can't close a deal without saying, I swear on my firstborn son said everything I'm telling you is the truth. And the other one is, you're lucky I like you because I'm losing money on this deal. And the 3rd and 4th biggest lie is no big deal, you know, is that you have beautiful kids and let's do lunch sometime, you know. That's just bullshit, you know. I know this guy. I know this guy pretty well. He lost $20 million to Bernie Madoff. He knew it was a Ponzi scheme the first time he got his monthly statement. All it said was, you're up 20%, love Bernie. It was handwritten on a hot dog wrapper. But this guy couldn't turn Madoff in because he was up 20%. Like, if a Jew's up 20, if we're up 20%, it's like being on crack or heroin. There is no better high in the world than a Jew being up 20%. Better than crack, heroin, anything, you know? You ever do heroin or crack or anything?
No.
All right. Let's see. I tell you, it's not easy getting old. I make a lot of concessions to being old, you know? Like, I know I can't have sex with hot young chicks anymore without Viagra. And I can't dunk anymore, you know? Like when I had to take over a basketball game, it's with 20-foot jump shots, you know? That gets boring after a while. You know, sticking jumpers all over the court, guys hanging all over you, you know, that gets boring. And my appetite's not what it used to be. I had a 4-pound lobster last night at Del Frisco's in like a gallon of melted butter. I was so full I couldn't have the 7-layer cake for dessert. Or I just barely had it. And then I had heartburn, I couldn't eat after that. What the fuck's going on here, you know? I'm not getting paid for this shit. And I spoke to my son last night. He lives in Detroit. He's the cheapest fuck I've ever met. He sells mutual funds. He makes more money than 10 players on the Yankees. He won't lend me 5 fucking cents. He told me he's having panic attacks. He wants to know what to do. Anybody have panic attacks here? Does anybody know what one is or anything? God. Anyway, so I told him, you know, I get them all the time. You know, you just like, you fight them off. You don't take Xanax because you'll be addicted to it for the rest of your life. Just fight it off. He says, but I got a big sales meeting in Dallas next week, and I got to make a presentation in front of like all the people in the company and everything. So I said, look, don't worry about it. Like, do what I do. If I'm on stage and I feel a panic attack coming on, I just tell the people I'm having a panic attack. I have to leave, and that's it. My set's over, and I get a big hand, you know? You know, I think that's pretty good advice, right? What the fuck is wrong with these people? I used to, I did a lot of coke in the 80s, you know? Anybody do coke here? Well, what a great drug. When you're fucking a chick, you could last forever. When I was playing ball, I thought it was Larry Bird. And every joke kills on coke. It's not like this hit or miss shit like tonight. You know, every joke kills. And everybody in the 80s was on coke, I swear to God. If you came out of a bathroom in the 80s and you weren't whistling, you were out of coke. That was it. But it did make you a little paranoid. Like if I was open and you didn't get me the ball, I would threaten to kill you. Even if I wasn't open, I would threaten to kill you. But I got into a lot of fights. You know, I used to fight with everybody. I never lost a fight on coke. I was undefeated. My proudest victory was against my mother-in-law. I told her to shut the fuck up, you fat bitch. She started to cry and stopped talking. You know, Ring Magazine named me Fighter of the Year. The rematch was on pay-per-view. I kicked her ass in that one too. I was in a bar the other night, and every time I tried to make eye contact with this woman, she would rub the guy's ass next to her, you know? Are there any loyal women here that gotta rub the guy's ass every time a guy tries to make eye contact with you? Do you women do that? No. You women are not loyal, all right. And then I made eye contact with this woman. I couldn't get a smile back at me, but the guy standing next to her starts rubbing her ass, you know? Hey guys, there's no reason to rub the woman's ass if she's not smiling back at the guy, you know? That means you're not getting dumped, all right? And then I made eye contact with this really hot woman in less than 2 seconds. As soon as I got home, I jerked off. It was great. There is nothing like jerking off to a woman a really hot woman you just made eye contact with, you know? There's nothing like jerking off to that. A friend of mine went out with this chick on Match.com. He said she didn't look anything like her pictures. She posted like 5 pictures. Like, I will not go out with an online date unless she posts at least 20 pictures. And she looks good in all of them. I've got burned too many times. Where's the casting? I never played a wig before, yeah. Yeah, we'll go out with a woman, you know, and then I clicked on this woman's profile on Match.com, and her body type is, I'll tell you later. When are you going to tell me? After I buy you a steak at Del Frisco's? Is that what you're going to tell me? You believe this shit? And then these women, they lie all the time. Anybody do online dating here? I mean, sadly. You know, the women lie all the time, right? I went out with this woman, she was supposed to be 50, she was in her 70s, I swear to God. I couldn't get her wheelchair in my car. I couldn't get it to fold up, I swear to God. She gave me the worst blowjob I've ever gotten in my life. And she wanted to know if I'm going to take her out again. I told her we'll have to take Accessoride. I can't spend like an hour getting your wheelchair in my car. I spend a freaking hour getting your wheelchair in my car. All right, but the best time to meet a woman is when her husband dies. Just write this down, guys, when her husband dies. Before guys start hitting on them, they get on these dating websites and their friends start putting ideas in their head like all men are bad people. Like, that's why I like to hang out in the ICU, you know? And as soon as they pull a plug on a guy's respirator, that's when I make my move, you know? And if I can't get to the ICU in time, the best time is like as soon as the funeral's over, when everybody starts walking back to their car. You know, but the only problem is you gotta get through these whiny, clingy, cock-blocking kids, you know, that are hanging on to their mommy saying, Mom, you're not gonna start dating right away, are you? You know, that's the problem with that shit, you know? All right, thank you very much. Yeah.
All right, come on, let's hear some loud applause. Yeah. Yeah. All right, thank you guys. You guys are really something else.